Hey YouTube, welcome back to Part-Time Fab. So today really is going to be the last day for the universal stand. I believe we can get it finished up today. Really all we need to do is a little welding, throw a little paint on the brake drum and put some sand in it, and we are good to go. So I really think we can get that finished up today. Should be able to anyway. Really cold outside, but we got the heat going, and we should be good. You may notice I got the cool blue Welding Demon shirt on. Was on Instagram the other night, just tooling around, looking at some pictures, and they posted that they were going to give away a free t-shirt to the first 25 people who reposted the picture. And I was lucky. I got in there. I think I was number 21 or 22, got in there just in time and got the free shirt. So that was really cool. So I thought I would return the favor, and I bought some of their filler metal for my MIG welder. And just so happens it came in at about the time that we're ready to do some welding on this brake drum. Got a few other little things too. The diffuser on my MIG gun was stripped out, so got a new one of those. Got a few tips. Got some new welding gloves, some big thick guys to keep me cool, and it worked out real well that all that came within the last few days, so that'll help out. So want to get this finished, so let's get to it. So if you've never changed the wire on a MIG welder, it's pretty simple. You may have seen on other channels. I just thought we'd run through it here real quick. I still have some wire left on the other spool, so doesn't look like a lot though. So what you want to do is first you'll want to cut the ball off of the end of your torch, because it won't feed back through. So I've already done that. You'll just clip the end, and then right in here you've got your cable. Your wire is held by a little spring and a roller mechanism. You'll want to release that, and then you just basically pull the wire back through and roll it back up onto the spool. So let's do that. And a quick note is, use one hand to turn the wheel, use the other hand to hold the wire, because if you don't hold tension on it, when that wire comes out of there, it'll unspool real quick, and then you'll have a mess. About like that. So your cable or your roll should have some little holes here. What you can do is just take your cable, feed it through there, and bend it back over. Now it's ready for next time when you need it. So we'll put that up. And now basically you do the reverse. Take the paper off, and you got that same wire fed through the side. You probably have to get some cutters. You know, if you lose an inch or so here, it's no big deal. Just pull it out. I'm just going to snip it here. And it's got a little bend on it, as you can see right here. So I'm just going to snip it down a little bit so it's more straight. That way it can feed through the gun much easier. And we'll flip him over and run it back through this little mechanism here and feed it into the wire or into the torch lead. That sometimes is difficult to get it to go in there. Pair of pliers helps. Now, sometimes you can just feed all this, put all this back together and then pull your trigger and let the motor run it through there, but we can push it through just the same. Take your tip off and we'll push it through, and the wire should eventually come out the end. And there we go. And just cinch everything back down. Put your tip back on. Nozzle. And you're good to go. All right, let's get ready to do some welding on this drum, and see you in a minute. I've hit a problem that I thought I could get around, but when I set this down on top of here, I've noticed that the sides are a little bit wider than I thought. What I had intended on doing is when I set this on top, run the bolts through and then put a wrench in along the side and snug the bolts up. Well, the plate's a little wider. I don't think that's going to work. Like this stand, as you can see here, put the bolts in, no big problem. There's a hole in the bottom. Well, with this universal stand, I wanted more weight. So cut a piece of plate, welded it into the bottom. There's no access through the bottom. So that gives me the problem, which I thought I would be okay, but it's turned out not to be the case. This, fitting this up here like that, I really thought there was more room in there, but there's really not. So I believe what I'm going to have to do is go get some different bolts and weld the nut into the top of the drum. That would be the best case. That might cause some problems with alignment here in my holes, but that's no big deal. I'm sure we can get around that and get everything lined up properly and fitted, but it does mean it's going to be at least another day before the stand is done. I'm dying to get back to working on the frame. This project just keeps dragging on, but we'll get it done and we'll get things squared away and move on. Okay, so I've been thinking, I believe I've got this problem solved. What I'm going to do is take a piece of this plastic, punch a couple of holes in it, and then weld the bolts to the bottom. That way, I can put the bolts up to the bottom, put the nut on, do the same thing over here. And these bolts are a little long, so I should be okay to do that and still be able to get my hand in there. And then I'll be able to screw these down, and this will be the wrench, so to speak, on the underside, thus fixing my problem. I believe that's the best solution. I may have to get longer bolts to be able to have enough room when holding this up to be able to get the nut on both sides, but this should fix my problem. So I guess let's get to that. Okay, so here we are at the end. I'm going to deem this project done for now, or this video at least, the video series finished. My goal was to finish out this stand enough to get the grinder on, and I have done so. As you can see, this was the whole plan, to have a stand that you could easily remove the top. I initially thought I might need a T-handle to put down here, but what I did was I made that little nub there long enough to where you really don't need it. It just kind of slides on there, very stationary. There's a little wiggle, but not a whole lot. I do have one thing left to do, and that is put some sand in the base of this. But like I said before, it has snowed. Last I checked, it was about 20 inches of snow. So I'm not going anywhere. But all I need to do is run out, get a bag of sand, and this thing will be good to go. But it's been a really fun build. Enjoyed it. Hope you enjoyed watching it. As always, there's many more videos. As of right now, there's many more videos to come. I look forward to sharing more of my projects with you as my journey to get back on the racetrack continues on. You know, having a few tools to get things done with is kind of the idea right now. Hopefully get back on project bit bars real soon, and get some work done there. I've got some money saved up, so I'm thinking TIG welder maybe next, or maybe a bead roller. I'm not real sure yet. I do have the MIG welder, so that will at least finish out project bit bars with the MIG. But, you know, if I had a TIG, get on that and learn how to TIG weld really good, that might be fun to throw some steel on it like that. But as of now, I think we're finished with this project. Also, wanted to thank Blue Demon Welding for the shirt. That was really cool of them to have the giveaway and to offer that up, so I want to thank them. And the welding wire, word to the wise, always get some scrap metal out and practice on some scrap metal before you just start welding. My welding on this base down here was really horrible, but you know, it got the job done. It's not going to be holding any real stress or anything. You know, this stand, it doesn't need to be real strong. And for the bolts there, all it needed to do was hold them to be able to tighten them a little bit. So it'll work, it'll survive. When I go to put some sand in it, I'm going to throw some paint on it. But I guess for now we are done and ready to move on to the next video. What that is, I don't know. But I do have some ideas for some other videos, some shorter videos, mainly more tops to go on the universal stand. So hope you'll subscribe and to see those in the future. My plan is really to do 2 videos a month, but as it's worked out so far, I've been able to release one about every week. So that's been really cool. Really enjoyed doing those, actually. It's been fun. But please subscribe. Hope to be releasing videos every week or every 2 weeks. But it's been really cool. Rate, comment, and hit that subscribe button. And maybe go check out some of my other videos if you haven't seen those. That's always welcome.